Hello, I'm Alex Mansfield, the host of Manny Talks Shooting, and welcome to another episode. This is the shooting podcast where I talk to individuals all across the shooting industry. We'll talk competition, self-defense, concealed carry. If you like this content, check out our YouTube channel, Manny Talks Shooting. And without further ado, let's get to this episode.
Manny Talks Shooting is proudly presented to you by D2 Custom Guns. Did you know that Phil the Groundhog isn't the only thing Puxatawny, Pennsylvania is famous for? That's right, D2 Custom Guns, the home of Dan Heizenreiter and one of the best, fabulous 2011 builders in the country. So make sure you guys go check him out, D2 Custom, anywhere you can see him on the social media, Facebook, Instagram, go check him out. If you see myself, Patches Reader, anyone with the D2 Custom Guns, make sure you go check him out, and you will thank me later. Now, let's get on to the show. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another installment of Manny Talks Shooting, the shooting podcast on the internet, because that's where it lives, on the internet. Like I want to remind you, every show is proudly brought to you by D2 Custom Guns. Dan builds the finest competition guns on the market, so please check out d2customguns.com. You'll see all the great, fabulous guns out there. So I greatly appreciate you guys checking him out, supporting his business and me, as we are a collaborative effort. So go check them out. You could have a cool chance really soon to win yourself a D2 Custom limited optic sight block gun real soon. So more details to come about that for everything you'll see on the internet. But without further ado, this is the third time I've recorded this episode because of technology issues and things before I went on my trip. But hey, I'm doing it again. So now this is 4/7, so it's going to be uploaded today, guys. So it's going to be a quicker episode since I've tried it 3 times and it didn't work. So it's okay. We'll be fine. So we're going to do this and make it quick. I kind of wanted to run down my match I shot on 4/6 because it's the second match of the year, and outside at least, and you want to get things moving and going before major match season starts, which guess what is now May 1st, or the first weekend of May is the Buckeye Blast, and I need to be ready for it. So but a little bit about why the episode's late today, but because I went on a trip with my father, we went and saw the Chicago Blackhawks play at the United Center versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. My father and I's first time seeing an NHL game live and in person. Great seats. I had section 121. So if you guys are curious on where we sat, section 121, row 10, seats 9 and 10. Fabulous seats. We were on the attacking side twice. It was a great thing. You got to see the national anthem and experience the United Center being all pumped up. So I was really cool. And I also got this unnamed jersey, from the United Center, which is super cool. And it's really nicely etched and, made. So I can't complain there. Feels really cool. I'll wear it probably once in a while. It fits comfy. It's nice. I like it. And it's Chicago Blackhawks. So, it's cool to say, congratulations to the team for winning, and it was really cool. So my dad and I had a really great experience together and enjoying the hockey game. Yesterday, 4/6/2025, Alexander Ovechkin broke Wayne Gretzky's record for the most NHL goals scored. So now Alex Ovechkin is at 895. So he's only going to go up from there. I'm hoping he hits 900 before he retires at the end of next season. That's when his contract's up and he'll be 40 years old. So we'll see. But let's get to the match that I shot the day prior on 4/6. On 4/5. It was 4/5. Yesterday was 4/6 the game. Today's 4/7, when really this should be uploaded. So I'm kind of working in rapid pace succession. So here we go. I want to share my screen. So if you guys are listening to the audio version, it might be a little bit better to watch the video versions, YouTube and Rumble, once they're uploaded, because it's probably going to make more sense. So let me shout out the partners real quick. I kind of need to do this because I have to take them off the screen. So if you watch the show, you're going to see the partners throughout the whole episode. But since I kind of need the whole screen for a screen share, I'm going to shout them out. D2 Custom Guns, Hunters HD Gold, the Active Blues, wore them to the United Center. Took some pictures. You might see them on Instagram. Outdoor Dynamics, Range Panda, 2 Alpha Apparel, Laugh and Load, Make Stuff Better, Southern Barbecue, and Bigfoot Brass. Sorry, guys, off the screen. Now let's get on to the show. For anyone curious, I was second overall for the match. There, that's zoomed in pretty good for you. To my buddy Skylar Davis. He's a limited optics master. He's a grandmaster in carry optics. So I'm pushing myself up against it. Yes, I'm shooting major division and open division. major power factor in open division. So just shy of 5% behind him. No big deal. I had kind of two flopped stages, not really two flops, one bad one and one that was definitely could have been on pace. First, this match was wet and dreary and cold when we got there. No rain happened while we were shooting, but regardless, it still kind of sucked. So the weather-wise, so no big deal at the end of the day. It was fine. So with that, it was kind of a pain in the ass, but we made it through. We shot the match. Beat Dave Miller, who's a very good carry optics. I'm very consistent for some reason. I don't know if he had a bad off day. This is the second match in a row that the leaderboards were Skyler, myself, and then Dave. So I can see I'm making great progress, and even with the little forms of practice I do get in, I haven't really been practicing much since I've been worried about getting my local match off the ground. So I'm going to switch to the video version. We're going to share this. It's on Rumble. You can watch this match video there on Rumble. This was the first stage of the day, and this is kind of one I would like to get back because the fact was a couple makeup shots and waiting on the swinger for a second presentation cost me about good time on this stage. If I had only cut a couple seconds off, I would have been a lot closer in the overalls. So let's watch this stage. Decided to kind of walk in on the no-shoot because there was a lot of no-shoot. As you can see, a lot of open available target, and I'll take some Charlies there. Open paper, tuxedo, static for that one. Tux, miss. Edge hit, miss it, shot it again. And I knew there was a miss from what my sight pictures showed me on the first presentation, so I knew I had to come back to take another shot at it to have good hits on the paper, which cost me a good amount of time overall. So that kind of sucked. So if we run back, I'll share that tab instead. Let's go to stage number 4, because that was the one it was. Stage overall match, stage 4. Yeah, I'm 12th on the stage at 18:58, and really the time needed to be was 14-ish seconds. So if I even took 4 seconds off, which definitely was doable, 14:58, I'd be a lot higher up there. The hits weren't terrible. 15 and 6, so the hits were good, pretty good there. Otherwise, it needed to have been faster, that's for sure. But yeah, so that was the first stage of the match. We'll move on to the second stage of my match, which happened to be the class fire, no, it wasn't. Stage 5 was my next stage of the match, which was an overall stage win by a slight percentage over Mango Mike. But over Skyler, it was a very nice stage win. I kind of shot it differently than he did. I think I shot it differently than a lot of people, but I also had major power factor. So that took my stage plan into consideration. I just shooting on the move during it and just keeping the gun up and moving and shooting. So we're going to switch to that screen share, and I will show that right now. Stage time would have been a little bit faster if I had decided to actually focus on that last steal instead of shooting at it, but shooting it, which I could have saved some time. But yeah, I kind of kept everything moving, taking the one target from the first position, making a hard transition over into this paper, the open paper, and just kind of keep the gun moving. Only really having to stop for the double stack just because of the risk and where it was available from. Everything else, I had no qualms shooting that on the move at a steady pace, which I did. It's a good stage win over my direct competition, which is Skyler. Even though he's not in the same division, he's the guy I'm looking to push at and to beat. So this was his first stage of the day, so I don't know if he was off on a little bit on just being slow on the time. But overall, a good stage for me to really bounce back off of from the stage prior. So let's go to stage 6, which was the classifier, which was absolute, not trash, but 23rd, 3.24 hit factor of a 5 alphas, 4 Charlies. I don't know why the B zone shots are in the practice score, but who cares? 4 Charlies, 2 Deltas, and 1 Mike. Yes, I had a Mike on the stage. The only Mike in the match, only because it was also Virginia count, but it's here nor there. So let's just watch the video. I forgot to mention, this is a class fire where you have to shoot through the little opening and then on each side of the Bianchi barricade. 1 shot per target. Oh, yep. And then there we have it on that stage. Not the best stage, but just, maybe a little rushing or drag on one of those hits on one of those targets, which was not the end of the world. I'll take him or leave it. It just sucks. It's a C-class classifier score on my record, and it's going to be there for a while. So one of the not things I love about the classifier system is in open division, you still have to go wickedly goddamn fast to get a good hit factor. The people in carry optics, I feel, will have a greater, easier time shooting better classifiers, except the guys in open. The guys in open are going to get hosed no matter what. So I'm just going to live with my classifier percentage where it's going to die at, but the class at the classification I'm at, which is fine. A class is totally fine and acceptable for me. I'm okay. I'd just rather be winning matches and performing very well. So the letter next to my name really doesn't matter in scope of things for me. So we're going to move on to the next stage, and the next stage is stage 1, which I'll show good things to you on that one. Stage 1, Bay 1. Another stage win. Eked it out by 0.06%. The time was relatively the same between myself and Skyler. My 14-7 and his 8-3. Definitely a major power factor played a thing in there because the times were relatively the same. My only dropping 7 points compared to his. He dropped 6 points, so that's how it kind of worked out. A little bit faster for me and only dropping 1 less point than he did. Well, actually, he dropped 1 less point than I did, but nevertheless, the time worked out on that one. So let's watch the video. Kind of one of those, you had to load the gun, get it going, and then just shoot the targets. So share that screen. As it's on screen, watch it go. And there we have it. That is the that stage. It was a good stage win. Nothing really to write home about. Just kind of finding your spot and having the gun up ready to shoot is pretty big on that stage. So the next stage was not a stage win for me. It was a very close. I think it was a stage 2. Let me share that screen. Boom. So yep, it was just another eke. He beat me by just under 1%. The time he had about a second faster on his time. Same hits though, so that was kind of nice to see. It's kind of nice to see. I was getting beaten a lot last year, way farther down to Mr. Davis, but it's good to see that even throughout the off season and my level of practice into matches and stuff, my skills still relatively staying the same, or if not getting better, on par with a local grandmaster. So that's always nice to see. This stage here was pretty much you kind of had to go to 2.5-ish spots on this stage as well. I shot a little bit different plan than everyone else. As you can see on the screen where my cursor is, you'll see this open paper. I came in on the open paper and I shot a slasher, then wide transitioned over to a tux before leaving the first position. Going to the second position, making to get my eyes over to the right side of the bay to shoot a no-shoot, tux, the plate rack, and then finishing on 3 more targets, or 4 more targets, but 3 stacks of targets just to finish the stage. So I'll let you guys watch that now. Yeah, I didn't have to go all the way up into that last third position. I kind of stayed back as much as I can. Some people wanted to advance on it. That was not the case for me. So one thing I would like to have done is take the third shot on that no-shoot target that I made a makeup shot on right away instead of going to the tux and then transitioning back. Wasted effort and time there. But the plate rack was good. Everything else was pretty good. Can't complain there. So we'll go to the last and final stage of the match, Bay 3. That one, a little bit behind Skyler. My hits were not as great, 12 and 8 and 1. He only had 15 and 6. So literally 1 second of difference there. I think it was on an exit or an entry. I don't know exactly where the whole second came from, but definitely gave up a little bit to him there, which was good to see. Very close still. So let me play that video for you guys, and I'll show you there. This stage, we came in on 2 open paper, hard around to the outside, came into a hard transition or a hard target. Either way, that target was going to be a little challenging, either on the entry or your exit. So I chose to make it my entry and then walk out, shoot a bunch of stuff, and then on the walkout, shoot a double stack, and then finish the stage. So here I'll show you this video, and we'll get this one almost done. So there was no real hesitation on that stage. The stage went fine for me. Otherwise, then I left on the, I started leaving on an open bottom and then left on the no shoot on the top, which was no big deal. I was still really close to those targets. So it was very easy and respectable on that. So all in all, it wasn't bad. I had a great time and a good match. So I'm happy to see where my progress is going, and we're going to see where we go through the rest of the season. Pushing myself in different ways and aspects on these matches and improving my skill on my way to my road to IPSC Nationals. So here's your late podcast. Thanks guys for understanding. But as always, guys, get out and do the things. I will see you on the next one.